Hi, I'm Tracy with KOGmissions.com, and today I wanted to talk about pain and suffering. There is a lot of pain and suffering going on in the world today. Are you experiencing any sort of pain and suffering in your life today? Are you hurting? We live during the age of pain and suffering. It is said to be this present evil age, and Satan is the god of this age. Sin reigns in the world and in the hearts of most people, and we are affected by that. The love of most is growing colder and colder. We were never promised a life now, today, without pain and suffering in this evil age. That is why the hope of God's coming kingdom is essential, that we are truly grasping that hope and believing it. Our hope of an immortal body when Jesus returns to make this world right. That is where our desire and our longing should be and our focus should be. That is our hope. And that hope is that we will experience a day, a new age, where there will be no pain and no suffering. Sin causes suffering, whether it is our choice to sin or whether it is somebody else's choice to sin and follow sinful ways. We are told that we will suffer, whether we follow Christ or not. In fact, we are promised that we will suffer if we choose to follow Christ. We live in a world of many people choosing sin rather than choosing to be obedient to God. Even if we choose to be obedient to God, we are still affected by those people who are choosing to sin. And therefore, we are affected directly or indirectly by their choices. Killing, cheating, hatred, unfaithfulness, selfishness, lies about who we are, lies about who God is, lies about happiness, and many other things have touched all of our lives in one way or another. Whether it is us choosing disobedience and sin and choosing to believe the lies, or if it is someone else choosing disobedience and to believe the lies, we are affected by those choices. That is why we need Jesus. That is why we need to stay close to home and in the arms of our Father. He promised that He would be with us as we go through the valley of the shadow of death. He did not promise that we would not go through any valleys. And Jesus promised to help carry our burdens. We do not need to bear them alone. But if we leave home, the burdens are now carried by us alone. That is why they seem so heavy. So if your burdens are weighing you down, it is because you have chosen to carry them alone. You have chosen to not put them on the altar. Sometimes we have to do this daily or even more often than that. But if we want peace and if we want help with the burdens, we must choose to put them on the altar and we must choose to let Jesus help carry them. And this all goes back to obedience and making the choice to obey and lay down our lives. God is faithful, and Jesus's faith was enough for him, and it is enough for us. But we must choose wisely. God told the Israelites, here are blessings and curses, life and death. They're set before you, and you get to choose. God advised them to choose life and blessings, and I do as well today. Nothing in this life that we have or don't have can compare to what is before us and what is coming. Even if we go our own way, like the prodigal son did, we will still suffer. And it will be worse in the end. And it will be worse than the sufferings that we are running away from, even if at first we think it's better. We can have pain and suffering with hope or without hope. And with no hope, it is even heavier and more painful. I will end with Isaiah 1:16 through 19 and a few thoughts to consider. It says, wash, clean yourselves, remove your sinful deeds from my sight. Stop sinning. Learn to do what is right. Promote justice. Give the oppressed reason to celebrate. Take up the cause of the orphan. Defend the rights of the widow. Come, let's consider your options, says Yahweh the Lord. Though your sins have stained you like the color red, you can become white like snow. Though they are easy to see as the color scarlet, you can become white like wool if you have a willing attitude and obey. So come, as Yahweh says, let's consider your options. Dear friends, return to the Father if you have strayed and wandered away, or even if you've ran away. And if you haven't, be encouraged that He is with you. Choose blessings and life daily. Choose to have a willing attitude and obey. Finish the race, and your joy will be complete. I heard a voice from the throne saying, "Look, the residence of God is among human beings. He will live among them, and they will be His people, and God Himself will be with them. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and death will not exist anymore, or mourning, or crying, or pain, for the former things have ceased to exist." This is our future kingdom hope.